It's the NFL on EA Sports, and our focus is on Dameon Pierce. He's been guided by his field vision all season and has seen his way to 5th in the league in rushing. It's the Texans and the Colts on Monday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we march to the finish of Week 12 with a strong Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine for the postseason, winners of 8 of their last 10.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. In motion right is Pittman. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Richardson to throw off play action. And his throw here is incomplete. Woods will say he should have had it, but now it'll be 3rd down. You look at the defense for these Texans. They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Richardson off the play fake. Rolling to his right. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
1st and 10, Taylor now. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in it.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with career touchdown number 60. And the Colts will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that. But he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Another carry for Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Pierce on the counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Stroud on 3rd down now. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Rodgers on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 22 carries, 129 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
First and 10, it's Stroud. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. A huge play there for Houston. 48 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Stroud working out of the gun. A quick throw, but incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to try and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, here's Pierce. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Here's Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. The false start backs him up 5, first and 15. They run once more with Taylor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Taylor. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Here's Richardson to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Taking a shot for Dell here.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud.
His throw incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
Oh, what a move. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Richardson. This one completes Alec Pierce.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Richardson to the air on 1st down. That complete to Downs.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Texans' 16-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1, got to be in sync. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Houston set to take over.
They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
56 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
The way the game has changed a little bit is that defensive goals have changed in a big way. Nowadays, it's not so much stopping certain yardage or whatever, but it's not giving up big, explosive plays. Anything over 10 yards, you're trying to hold teams below that. When they get one against you, as we just saw there, Boy, that really hurts them. It puts them back on their heels a little bit and makes them a little bit less confident.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. And Stroud now to throw. And throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but
taking it right down Broadway. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd down, here's Richardson.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12.
Now Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
On 1st down, Richardson.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29.
The sack goes to Chris Barnes. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Richardson.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Josh Downs.
29 yards.
And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 21-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First down now, but the clock continues to move. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Two chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts.
Stroud to throw it.
As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Final play of the half. Stroud.
This will be caught at about the 5. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Stroud looking to throw.
And that is incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Richardson now on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Richardson looking to throw this.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. Sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
Now Richardson back to throw it. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Another one caught by Collins.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Stroud.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Stroud on 3rd down now.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And his kick here is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, it's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The offense on third down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is third down and 12. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
First and 10, it's Stroud. To the sideline and incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Throwing now is Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic where the big guys are coming from inside out.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, they were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And the Colts first down.
Richardson looking to throw.
Incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Desmond King picks it, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's second down and 10.
And Stroud now to throw.
Being chased out left.
And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down as well. And it looks like this is going to be all for 9.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Now Stroud.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud.
He's got it to Collins, complete.
It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Now Richardson. The toss here completed to Pittman.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now we give to Taylor. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
136 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback,
touchdown, Indianapolis.
Josh Downs,
his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Colts extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Stroud. Got his man, Dell.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
On 1st down, here's Stroud.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And the Colts coming out now.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And a Colts first down.
They'll run with Taylor. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Taylor. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Indianapolis, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.